Hey Dub, this is Dave Decide. Today I want to get into HYBE announcing that they are discontinuing a BTS project and what happened there. We need to talk about footage that has resurfaced involving V and Jennie, and then also RM giving the middle finger. So hater or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on, grab your tumbler, taste Spling Mug merch, and let's get into it. Within the last day, RM and HYBE have been making some headlines with their appearance in W Korea's new event. W Korea held an event where they brought together some of the biggest names in K-pop. Obviously RM and HYBE, and then people like Jennie and Jessie. A lot of people that did appear there got a chance to perform their new songs. RM got a chance to jump on stage to perform his new feature, Sexy Nukem. These clips were posted on W Korea's Instagram account and actually went viral. Specifically, one clip where RM was vibing and dancing along to lyrics of Sexy Nukem right before he jumped on stage. We do react to Sexy Nukem's video on Patreon, so if you're interested in checking out my first time reaction to that video, then make sure you check that out. I will link the Patreon below. But you can definitely tell that everyone that appeared was just having the most fun. I think BTS members have had a lot of luck being singers and artists, but they haven't had many occasions to be celebrities, attending events, fashion shows, getting to mingle with other celebrities, things like that. And RM seemed to really love being at W Korea. Jessie actually hopped on stage and did her performance, and RM was totally vibing out. He was feeling the song and loving it. Jessie is a great rapper and her songs are so catchy. Also, plus she's super sexy. There was a moment where Jessie cursed out and said the F word, and it appeared like at that time she also flashed her middle finger on stage. RM very quickly also followed and flashed his middle finger. This was so shocking to so many people, as people like to keep the title that the boys are innocent, like our innocent babies flashing middle fingers. I think this is so funny because I think to some people in the fandom, they think that RM or BTS members would be so innocent that they wouldn't even know what the middle finger means. And I think some people need to understand how reality works. To think that the members aren't at least aware of things like sex, drugs, and cursing is definitely not true. I think maybe he was thinking no one was recording him, but he definitely was being recorded. Very quickly, right after he did that, the staff put his hand on RM and tried to get his attention. People took this as the staff was trying to get RM to stop flashing his middle finger. However, if you watch the clip, it doesn't appear like the staff even knew, because the staff moved his hand to touch RM right before RM even raised his own hand to flash his middle finger. So unless the staff could read RM's mind or predict the future, there was no way that he knew what RM was about to do. It seemed more so that the staff had something to tell RM. Our boys also probably curse a lot in Korean, and most people curse a lot. I personally don't think any specific word needs to be labeled as a curse. Like stupid is just as offensive as a curse word that would imply stupid. But we label these words as curse words, and people who say them are now not innocent. I love seeing the boys have fun, even if it's just some of them. It's nice to hear about what the members are up to, and hopefully we will still be able to hear and see more while the boys are enlisting. There's so many projects that BTS, or at least their team, can work on while the boys are away. Things like designing a new game or planning a BTS pop-up shop might not require the boys to be there, but they can still garner attention and make a lot of money for the members. One of the things that some people were sad to hear about was when HYBE announced that they will be discontinuing a BTS project. You might remember a little while ago, BTS released Tiny Tan. This is a cartoon version of BTS, and there wasn't really that much promotion for it, but I think the fandom really liked it. I actually didn't have time to play the game, so I can't give commentary on how fun it was or anything like that, but anything with BTS's name on it has never been terrible or unplayable. Let me know if you played it and liked it or not. I think in the game you can tap on screen to the beats and get the members dancing to their songs, and then you can also pick outfits and design the house that the members live in. The game is very similar to In the Seum, except it's not on an island, and In the Seum doesn't have music. It's more lifestyle. Now, both Netmarble, the company that created and produced the game, and HYBE had ultimately made a decision to stop the production of the game. I think the game is still up for download, but maybe no new updates will happen. Both Netmarble and HYBE are probably not going to put more money into the game. Netmarble's statement as to why seemed pretty vague. Let me read it and I will give my interpretations after. They said, "We've conducted numerous beta tests in Canada, Thailand, and other countries and found that there was a significant gap between the preferences of the fans of BTS and ordinary users. As we did not acquire results in line with our plans, we have decided to discontinue further development of the game after discussing the findings with HYBE label." This means they likely either didn't get enough users or the users were very sporadic. This also implied that what the fandom wanted seemed very different and out of line with what the everyday non-BTS fans would want in an app like that. So for example, if the app is solely based on BTS and BTS is not really promoting it, the people who are aware of the app will eventually stop using it, as that is how that often works. And if the app isn't appealing to new users or people who haven't heard of BTS, BTS, then the app will eventually die. I think this is something that can teach us all something. It's very good to know that even the most successful people can have projects that don't necessarily pan out. If Netmarble were to know the end result before starting, they may not have even attempted, as the statements seem like maybe they were hoping for a different outcome. But I think a lot of people, when working on personal projects or personal goals, we tend to look at celebrities and the people on top and we think, well, the reason they're so successful is because they're super talented. If I had that talent, I could do it too. But I don't, so there's no point in trying. But what we can see here is that things don't always pan out for everyone. The world is fair like that. And what is even more relieving and freeing for you to know is that the issue was not enough users, meaning the game wasn't that popular. And so if that was the problem, whether you decide to start a business or whatever, even if it fails, no one knows. You can fail silently, and you should feel no shame or fear that your failure will be plastered all over the world. But also, Netmarble or HYBE don't see this as failure. They see this as this particular project did not work. What can they do differently next time with a new project to ensure its success? When they are successful next time, everyone is going to applaud them and assume that this was their first go and they got lucky. So the important thing is to not give up. Failing 100 times but only succeeding one time, people only see that one time and the other 99 times are barely talked about. I think a lot of BTS's headlines and news that seemingly shame BTS will soon be forgotten and no one will be talking about it anymore. The Jennie and V situation seemed to be on its last leg, but there are still people going back and looking for interactions between V and Jennie. It's not so much to prove that the two are dating, but people seem to just believe that the dating is true and that they're just looking to see when it happened. And that's my question here. When did we jump the gun and just believe that the two are dating? Like, that's still the question. We didn't pass that. But people were going back to see if the two had ever had an interaction. There was one moment a long time ago where both BTS and Blackpink were at an award show together. Blackpink was sitting right behind BTS and the two really didn't talk that much. And the footage was recorded by some fans that had gotten into the award show. People tend to sneak in and start recording specifically their favorite idol, and they record all of their favorite idol's reactions to everything. There was a moment where V was getting up and it was at the end of the ceremony. At the same time V was getting up, Jennie seemingly dropped something and bent down to pick it up. So as you can imagine, what happened here was that V's butt ended up in Jennie's face. Obviously a very crude and weird moment. V immediately turned around and profusely apologized. It seemed like Lisa found this to be quite funny. And of course, Jennie was accepting of the apology. People think that this could have been a moment they first had interacted, but while that could be true, I highly doubt a moment like this would have ended up in the two dating, and likely it would just have been ended up being a reason why the two don't ever talk to each other. V goes up to Jennie at a party and it's just like, remember when my butt touched your face? Let's date now. Jennie's like, yeah, we're married now, let's go to Jeju. Because that's how you pick up women. It's very easy. Let me know what you think and make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos, link down below. Thank you for this lovely comment right here. Love you, bye.